Guinea-Bissau has announced a new leader after seizing power a day before the results of presidential elections were due to be released. General Horton Ta has been sworn in to oversee what the military says will be a transitional period lasting 1 year. In a public address on Wednesday, senior army officials say they uncovered a plot to rig elections and destabilize the country. The deposed president, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, has been arrested along with other high-ranking officials.
This election process all into question. It seems that an election will take place, but at least not in the year to come. But what was interesting is when he was sworn into office, he was surrounded by the top brass of the military, from the army chief to the head of the Air Force, the sea. So he seems to be surrounded and has the legitimacy of the military force. And that's quite an important force inside the country, a country where there's been dozens of coups before, four that has been successful, and there's been coups in the last year, last October, and in February again. Marlene?
Nicholas, who stands to gain from this coup?
Yeah, this instability, well, that fuels the lucrative drug trade, because Guinea-Bissau, that is on the western point of Africa, is a transit hub for Latin American drug traffickers. According to the United Nations and the United States drug enforcement agencies, you have big cartels like the Sinaloa cartel.
We live in a twilight world. It should definitely be a quick recording, yeah? So, allegedly, there's been a coup d'etat over in Guinea-Bissau. Army claims total control, yeah? Now, we'll look at the footage in a bit, but I can pretty much tell you it's very, like with any world stage theatre event, it's just very theatrical. And of course, the media are doing what they do best. They are sensationalizing it and exaggerating the whole situation. So basically, it's this. It's about 6 army guys on the back of an open-top Jeep, theatrically parked outside of what I guess is the presidential building. And that's it. So as far as coup d'etats go, man, this is very, very uneventful and a nothing burger, like always. Right then, let's not fuck around. Let's get to it. The guy in charge of the military, or the head of the army that's doing this coup d'etat, of course, has the double cross on his shoulders again. We see this all the time. I've been pointing this out for years now. So does he work for the double cross? Definitely. But does he know he works for the double cross? I don't know. Yeah? You see, the whole point of the double cross system is you don't know you're working for it. Technically, I work for it. Technically, you work for it. I'm just honest enough to admit it, but most people are not. Now, as for this guy, like if we kidnapped him and pinned him down and injected him with truth serum and we said, like, who do you work for? Would he tell us the double cross? Probably not. He's probably got some in-between City of London person like guiding him on what to do. But nevertheless, he's there wearing their symbology on his shoulders. I mean, also as well, look at these guys. They are dressed like they are in the British Army. Why are people in Africa dressing in British uniforms? And I put that same question to the Americans, the Chinese, the Russians, the Japanese. Every military in the world dresses as if dresses exactly like the British do. Yeah? There's 1,001 styles of uniform you could wear, yet every military wears the 1s and the 2s. This is the barracks uniform, the more casual uniform, and this is your more formal uniform. Yeah? So why, for example, the Americans who their whole history is based upon them defeating the British Empire and escaping the British Empire, yet all of their military staff dress exactly like the British do. They mirror that uniform. Why is that? Because it's a one world government and headquarters is London. But like I said, I've been pointing this out for years now. Here's Heinrich Wilhelm Goering, Hitler's right-hand man, head of the Luftwaffe, Grand Field Marshal of the Third Reich. And he's got the double cross there. on his collar. The head of the Israeli Defense Force, I've forgotten his name, but on his shoulder, once again, double cross. Head of Iran's military, Abdul Rahim Musavi. I know this is a bit of a blurry picture, but you can see a double cross on his shoulders. I've got better footage on older videos, but either way, you get the point, yeah? Head of the Metropolitan Police, double cross on each shoulder. And who's this? This is King Peter II of Yugoslavia, who during World War II was exiled to London. And there you can see the double cross. Now, I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm not going to bore you to death. You should know by now what I'm getting at. But once again, you know, as a military coup on the world stage, and we've got a double cross there, the main man doing it, organising it, executing it, creating this theatre is wearing the double cross. Now let's look at some footage very quickly. So all I can see right here is just guys running. And what they've done is they've overlaid some gunshot sounds. The media has done that. But really, these are just guys running. Like, they're running for the bus. They're late for work. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually running from bombs and bullets. Like, she's just running across a road because this is a busy road. But when the media start overlaying gunshot sound effects, it creates the illusion that things are kicking off. Now, as for these soldiers, like I said, a couple of soldiers on the back of an open-top Jeep, theatrically parked outside of the presidential building. That's it. That's all there is. And this now becomes world stage theatre that the mainstream media can talk about. And like I said, man, they just sensationalize it and exaggerate it. And of course, the average person buys it, but nothing is happening. Nothing is happening here. And lastly, before we wrap it up, I'm pretty sure, although I'm not certain, so go and double check, but I'm pretty sure this is the area outside of the presidential building. And as you can see there, that looks like a double cross to me. So yet again, Guinea-Bissau is probably a City of London, how do you want to say it? One of their locations that is important to them. Now, the rumour is that Guinea-Bissau is very important in the global drug trafficking trade, as in it's being used as a location to move drugs from South America via Africa and everywhere else. As we all know, the City of London has always controlled organised crime, but especially the global drug trade, the opium wars and so on. This is one of their most powerful assets. Yeah, the drug game, drug warfare. Yeah, it's one of the most powerful weapons they have, so they're not going to let it go. So that's probably why they sent in an agent of the Double Cross to go and secure this location so it remains, you know, still operational in global drug trafficking. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.